Hey, what's up, guys? Andrew here from WP4.church, where we make tools and tutorials for churches that use WordPress. If you're new to the channel, new to the website, make sure to click that subscribe button so you can stay updated on the new tutorials and videos and such that we release. Today, we're going to be looking at creating a resource library for your website. I recently did this for a few clients on the custom site side, where I made for one organization a download area for their different documents, tools, downloadable type resources for that nonprofit for their members, and for a church that created a resource area for small group leaders to get the latest guides, for kids ministry workers to get the curriculum, the videos, whatever dances they do in Kids Men, and then for outbound links to like recommended resources, recommended books, websites, etc. And so what we're going to do is take that layout, and I am going to essentially give it to you. I'm going to walk you through the working parts of it, but you'll be able to download this template here that essentially just has the different grids that you can look at, and you can save your modules and use them elsewhere. I'm going to give you the single post archive for this resource, and it looks really plain. I kept it that way so that you wouldn't have to undo my styles to make it look like your own. And I'm going to give you the code that I use to create the post type and register the resource type taxonomy, register the toolbox category as well. So what we essentially have here is a resource post type, and I have resource types. So this is small groups, kid ministry, or toolbox. Small groups obviously is like your leader guide stuff. Kids Men are the documents, curriculum they'll use there. And then toolbox resource is, we really made this for parents to have tools to be resourced to raise and equip and disciple their children. And these are exclusively just like outbound links. So they don't go to like a single post page. They'll go to the link that you give it. And then we have different categories that we're using between articles, Bibles, books, curriculum, downloads, leader guides, websites, all that stuff. And that's all in this the code that actually registers those. And I know this for a lot of you guys that aren't code type people. I'm not a code type person either. In the words of WP Crafter, I like making WordPress stuff for non-techie folks. But you should be able to just directly copy and paste this into your functions.php file in your child theme. And if you need help with that, drop me a link or drop me a comment in this post, and I will help you walk through that. I want you to be able to use these resources like they're meant to be used and not be frustrated with them. So let's go back to, so this is our resources right here. These are the ones I just kind of added in, and that's what you see right here. And you can see like the toolbox resources, I have that. Let me drag that over. So I have 3 toolbox resources. That's what you see here. I have 2 small group resources, 1, 2, and that's what you see here. And then you'll see like this little bubble that says curriculum, books, Bibles. That is the toolbox category that helps kind of categorize what kind of a resource it is. And then the resource types is where that resource belongs to: small groups, Kids Men, toolbox, etc. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to look at the custom fields that I have. And my face is in the way right there. And I have resource stuff, custom fields. I will give you a download for this, so you should be able to pull it right into your advanced custom fields. Now, a lot of you guys might not use ACF. That's cool. You can recreate something like this with MetaBox, with pods, with just about any kind of like custom post type builder, custom taxonomy generator. If any of you guys recreate this in MetaBox or recreate it in Elementor, then let me know. We can make that available to people that visit the website that might not use Beaver Builder and Beaver Themer like I do. And so if I go to resources, add new, rewind. When I originally made this, series name and week number were part of like a group, and the doc name and the file upload were part of an advanced custom fields repeater. Those aren't available in the free version, and I wanted to make sure that you guys can use this if you don't have ACF Pro. So I redid these to work with just single fields, no groups, no repeaters. But if you are an ACF Pro user, I should be making available the download for the Pro as well, so that you can add different add more files than just the single file upload that this allows. So if you're in KidsMin and maybe you have curriculum for first through second grade, third through fourth, fifth through sixth, whatever, stuff like that. If you need different files on the same week, the repeater field that ACF Pro has will let you accommodate that. Let's go to resources. And I'm just going to click Add New. And I'm going to walk you through the fields and how they're set up here. So I like Gutenberg. The only thing I don't like about Gutenberg is that everything is down here. So I'm going to put me right there for a second. There's no way in Gutenberg to like really easily turn off the editor here and move these fields up. So everything's going to be down here. If you're not in Gutenberg yet, I will have a little thing to show you how to get rid of that in the code that I have for the post type. Basically, you set the, I don't have it up anymore. You'll see. So let's start with who is this for? This is for small groups. And when you click small groups, it brings up a series name and a week number. So we're going to say this is Common Unity. And we're going to say week number 4. The document name that shows on the post layout for this, and we're going to say, week 4 guide. We're going to go ahead and title it week 4 guide as well. And let's add our PDF for that and select. The next step is over here in the resource type. We want to make sure to select small groups, so it goes to the small groups post grid. And in the toolbox category, we're just going to select leader guides. Don't need to worry about anything else. Most of this over here is theme specific. You don't need a featured image for this. And we're going to click publish. So we're going to publish that. And when I come back over to resources and refresh my page, lo and behold, there is week 4 right here. You can view this resource right there. All right, and it's a similar type thing for the toolbox resources and the KidsMin resources, so let's go look at those. So if I go to resources, what we're going to do instead of adding a new one here, we're going to look at what comes up. So let's go to KidMin stuff. We'll go to edit, and we're editing current kid stuff. So when you come in here, you can use Gutenberg to write about this resource. You can add videos for that week. Maybe you guys have different dances or whatever that you do with your kids. Whatever you need to do, you can do that with the Gutenberg editor, and it'll show on the single archive for a resource. Then we scroll down to resources. We click on KidsMin. As you can see, when you click on KidsMin, it brings up some of these other fields. And so you select which week are these resources for, and I have it selected for August 4th. And then you can name your document name, so curriculum for this week, whatever you want to name it. And then you upload the file right here, similar to how we did with the small groups a minute ago. And then we come over to the document settings. The resource type is KidsMin. The toolbox category is curriculum. And you'll see current kid stuff. So let's go see what that looks like on the front. So current kid stuff, you can see that it's the resource type is, or the toolbox category is curriculum, and that this is for Sunday, August 4th. And if we view this resource, it brings up the download area, shows that video, and this stuff right here you'll only see when you're logged in. Just let you know that this page is for small groups and KidsMin resource. It's not set up to work for toolbox resources because that was for outbound links or just downloadable files. And then it walks you through what's connected to what with Beaver Themer on this layout page. And then so we did small groups and kid stuff. The last thing we have is a toolbox resource. So let's edit the Storybook Bible. So we don't need to worry about saying anything about this because it just links out to whatever link we drop in. We know this is for Parent Toolbox. our link right here. We add the outbound link to this resource. I linked to an Amazon page for this Jesus Storybook Bible, and then a little blurb that says this is a great picture Bible for preschoolers, so that we help people that see it kind of know what it's like before they click on it. On the document settings over here, it's set to Toolbox Resource. And for the Toolbox category, it's selected to Bibles. I'm going to click Update. And then when I go to this page, let's go back. Let me refresh it. And you can see it says Bibles, Storybook Bible. And if I view this resource, I'm not going to click on it. But if I viewed it, it would open in another tab and go to the Amazon page for this. Now, next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the modules here and show you a few things on this end with the Beaver Builder, and on the single post page that you can change out and update to make it look like you want it to. So let me click on Beaver Builder. And we're just going to go through the Toolbox resources. One thing I love about Beaver Builder is that you don't have to use the default post layout, but you can do a custom post layout that lets you kind of tweak the HTML as well as the CSS. And remember, you don't have to write any of this. You can just use this page and save this module once you upload the template that should be in the post. What I want to point out in particular are just some of the color settings that you might want to change to fit your brand. And so in the CSS, let's scroll down. You'll see right here it says light border color below the light bulb. You see this little gray line right here? We can change that. Let's just make it black so you can see it. And let's make it like 3 pixels so you can see what's going on. And so that just changes the color of that. And then the other thing is the BG color, the background color for this top bubble that says curriculum, books, Bibles, etc. I have it set to this blue that I'm using. Let's just go ahead and change it to black as well so you can see what changes. And that's the same CSS area for all of these. I'm going to cancel this. And you can extend this however you want to, if you're familiar with CSS, obviously, to change the shadows, change the icon colors, your text color, whatever you need to. Maybe you are looking for something in particular. Again, leave a comment. I would love to take a gander and provide you with a little CSS snippet to make it look like it's on brand for your church or your organization. So let's click Done and Publish. And let's go to one of the leader guides. So this is the first group study. I'm going to open up Beaver Themer's Beaver Builder layout for this. So there's a few things that are going to pop up here in a second. So let's edit the resource layout. And what you're going to see is it added some more stuff right here. If you see this little eyeball, these are conditional layouts that Beaver Builder makes available. So let's go ahead and this one right here is for kids ministry. These resources will be used on such and such Sunday. If this were a kids min resource, you can see that it changes to Sunday, August 4th. And if it's a small group resource, there's obviously nothing there because small groups don't have that field. So what we did is when you go to this module settings, you can go to Advanced and the conditional logic, and you can see I have the term set to only show when the kids ministry category is selected. And it's the same for these other two that are just specific to small groups. We have one for series and one for the week number. These only show if the small group series or small groups category is selected on the resource type. And then these are some connected fields as well. For example, this title is connected to the post title. This is connected to a Beaver, well, it's not connected, it's inserted, a Beaver Builder shortcode for that ACF field. Same here for on the series for the series name. And then same over here for the week number that this is used on. And then over here in the download area, we have the text of this button connected to the document name. And then we have the link connected to the file URL. So when someone clicks on this, it'll open the resource that you added to this this post. And again, I know this looks ridiculously simple. I kept the styles as bare bones as I could because I didn't want you having to go back and take off my colors just to add your own to match your brand. So we're going to go ahead and publish that. I think that's about it. I do have a few caveats. I did not make a theme or archive page for this, so you can extend that a little more by taking the template that I have for all these resource layouts, and you can create your own archive pages in Beaver Themer. You should be able to take most of the CSS and HTML directly into another page builder like Elementor if you're using it. And you can probably grab the same field names if you're using MetaBox pods, and that'll cut down on some of the work there. I know there are some nuances to the way they do shortcodes and inserting fields, but at least it'll keep you mostly on the same page if you're using those solutions as well. Guys, I hope you like this resource. I hope you use it. One of my mantras is, it works if you work it, and I love that I got to build something like this for another church that is using it every week. They're seeing downloads every week from their volunteers, small group leaders, and parents, and I hope that it can be a blessing for you guys as well, and that it'll bear fruit in your church. Thanks again for watching. Make sure to visit the post if you're just watching this on YouTube. Grab all the downloads there, and again, make sure to subscribe to our channel as we put out more tutorials for you guys. Thanks.